This is a problem not just on the continent, but kind of around the world, and even in the U.S. I believe African-American owned businesses, 94% of them are sole proprietors. So in this context, there are a range of different activities, whether it be, direct cash transfers in some places, but actually thinking about, well, what is the need that a number of these stakeholders have? A number of these individuals, it's being able to have the funds necessary to stay indoors, not have the ability to earn money, but provide the food that they need for their families and friends. And so direct relief for those individuals matters. But then recognizing that a couple of these, they're part of what I would call kind of, the first line response that's necessary to sustain the larger community. And so there are certain industries on the West African side that are taking recycling of plastics and melting them down and making new face guards. And they are essentially employing a number of informal collectors of recyclable goods to be able to have the supplies necessary to produce these goods that are then sold to the hospitals in the area. And so I look to the providers of capital, and I mean some of the loan funds that are focusing on the continent, to some of the microfinance institutions that are trying to figure out how to continue with their mission of providing access to capital, but also make sure that they're not unduly drawing themselves into a very risky lending that's happening. And here is where, at the national level, as well as philanthropy, can play a part in making sure that these conduits, these microfinance institutions, are well capitalized with both the liquidity that they need, but the guarantee in terms of their balance sheet to provide the financial assistance that some of these informal economy folks that are running around selling the essential items, foodware, as well as other things. So that's a critical part of making sure that they maintain that. And I spoke to this briefly earlier in terms of, on the short-term part, it's if you've got a crisis where we've shut down big swaths of our economy just by virtue of creating this social distancing, that it slows down commerce, you have to give people the confidence that their health is going to be protected. So the health relief in stopping the decline, that's just completely job number one. And then on the longer term issues, it's thinking about how to reignite those economies, but making sure that you do it in a way that it's more resilient than when we started this whole crisis.